too long. There's a dinosaur.
They're gonna eat you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. This is session 148. We've been on hiatus for only, were we only on hiatus for a week?
Single week.
It felt like way longer. The tail end of this year has just felt increasingly longer, like each passing week. I'm just like, ugh. But you know what? We're really close to the end, and that excites me. So let's play some D&D, shall we?
The end of what?
The end of what?
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Let's kick things off with a little bit of a recap.
Jeremy's like, JK, there was never 28 levels of the Undermountain. There was only this many.
Yeah, I got tired after planning this much.
Previously, in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party within Ezra's room in the Magic Academy of Dwemercore rested while planning their next move. They had already bested a devil here and gained the knowledge of the way forward, but it seemed as if the Academy's many students had just as many problems they wanted solved. And there was the matter of Ezra's research into the Halaster, which seemed incomplete at the moment. The party decided to first accept Spite Harrowdale's invitation and see what the young prodigy wanted. On their way through the academy halls, they encountered the Illithid mage Cephalosk. He seemed very interested in the party's actions, especially in regards to Spite, and even had a private telepathic conversation with Bones about his dislike for the youth, even inferring that he would like the young man to no longer be around. However, Cephalosk was standoffish, and as conversation stagnated, the party took their leave. Though, as they did so, they forgot about the trapped Medusa statue and were shot in the back while the Illithid watched. A brief reminder that the halls of Dwemercore were a deadly test to the students that inhabited them. Shortly after, the party arrived in the dorm Essentia and met with Spite Harrowdale and his companion Damara. Spite was pleasant with the party, eagerly answering their questions and even going so far as to allow them to investigate his spellbook, which both Ezrah and Matashtai did, though the monk found no firm connection to the handwriting sample he had taken from the demon summoning circle. Eventually, Spite spoke of a secret laboratory that Halaster had on this level. Spite had reason to believe that there were spellbooks kept there, powerful spellbooks, that could teach him more than what he could learn from the libraries and teachers here in Dwemercore. But he feared the secret lab was dangerous, and he was not a combat mage. So he wanted the party to retrieve one of these books for him, and he was willing to pay. The party was still untrusting, though. But they still haggled with the boy, tried to surmise his true intent. But ultimately it seemed as if Spite just wanted to learn more and grow stronger, and he was willing to bargain to gain the knowledge he needed to do that. For now, the party agreed to at least investigate, and Bones and Ashes decided to have Spite show them the location of the secret study, while Ezrah and Matashtai headed to the library so that Ezrah could begin the research he needed to do on the Halaster. The trip through the halls of Dwemercore was uneventful, Spite managing to lead Bones and Ashes to the secret study without issue. However, Bones did notice the telltale signs of false walls and secret passages along the way in the area they had been warned was the protected front entrance of the academy. On their way back, the group ran into Nihilus Jowd, the Red Wizard, and a strange conversation ensued between Nihilus and Spite. Nihilus acted superior, but there was some obvious tension between the two, and a lack of surety from Nihilus. Eventually, Spite parted ways, and Nihilus vented his frustration that Bones had not acted on his requests yet, before he too left. Bones and Ashes then made their way to rejoin their allies in the library. Meanwhile, Ezrah and Matashtai had found their way to the library, and Ezrah began his research. With the archivist assisting, Ezrah was able to pull all the information he could about the Hosnarketa, amounting to several tomes and a multitude of smaller booklets. Enough information that it would take Ezrah quite a while to parse through it all. Matashtai also began to research Arcturia and Wolf, trying to find some sort of information on the Fey creature. When Bones and Ashes arrived, Bones decided to approach the other student that was currently in the library, Marta Moonshadow. The Moon Elf continued to be incredibly hostile towards the Tabaxi, though never in any action, only in words or demeanor. It was clear something was up, and Bones wasn't getting anywhere with the student, until Matashtai began snooping at her handwriting, and realized that she was a sure match for the runes that had been altered in the conjuration classroom. And that is where we go ahead and fade into the scene. So,
And that where we ended? Fuck.
that is where you ended. You are all in the library, and I believe Bones had been extricating himself after Matashtai kind of like realized the situation. So I think, unless you guys have something that you wanted to kind of like finalize, that you have ended your conversation with Marta Moonshadow, and you're all now reconvened together over in Ezra's little corner where he set up his kind of like study with all the tomes from the archivist.
This is my life.
This is life now. Oh fuck.
Okay. We're doing that. We're here. Hey guys, it's me, Bones. I'm back.
Back,
yeah. Baby. What are we doing? Oh, I see Ezra studying again. All right.
Marta's the one who summoned the demon.
Shit. I feel like you have an ability to tell everyone in their mind.
Marta!
And the fact that you're not doing that is real concerning.
Yeah, I also could have used that to scream into your brain to make me invisible, but I chose the comedic value of talking out loud.
That's true.
I don't know. You don't know that.
All right. Well, before we make any kind of move on her about that, I need to have a conversation with her before we try to do anything that might further jeopardize our relationship with her.
Well, she's pretty pissed off, but you can go over there right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking maybe this would be better to have a private conversation with her. So I'm thinking like maybe next time we all go like the rest for the night, I go visit her room alone.
Ooh.
I don't think that's gonna work out for you, but I mean, more power to you, brother.
No, I just feel like this might be a better conversation than, something to have openly with a group of people.
The DM will remind, in that kind of like, this is the voice of God, that in that, like, session recap, I did say that you had a reminder that this place was a dangerous test.
Mm-hmm.
He is a dangerous man, Jeremy.
You do you, fam.
Ezra, do you got polymorph? Is that
I'm
spell
reading.
you have?
I'm reading right now.
Ezra.
No, I do
Hey,
not.
Ezra.
Ezra, hey
No,
Ezra.
Go away. I do
Mama.
not have that spell.
Mama.
I have expunged all of my spell slots. I have no spells that are useful in any
You
way,
all-
shape, or form. I just need to read.
There is a big shh that just kind of like comes out, not from like any one point, just from like all around you.
Thank God.
Yeah, Ezra, calm down.
You get through the Ezra, and then Matashtai's mouth is moving, but no sound is coming out.
Silence. I love it.
I now speak into his mind, screaming.
Fucking hell.
Okay, the enchanted library does not have the ability to deal with that. So sorry, Ezra.
All right, well, I got things to do. I leave.
Okay. Bones heads to the exit
I
of
think
the
I'm
library.
stuck here. I promised him I'd come to the library with him, so I guess I'm here until he's done.
Ezra, I'm assuming you're continuing to study. You're doing your like 5-hour cursory.
I'm attempting to do my shit, and
yeah.
these boys keep prodding me.
I get bored and start walking around the ceiling.
You're doing what we talked about last time, right? That concept of like you can get in your 5 hours today to kind of like do this is the 5 hours of initial kind of concepting, and then you can decide whether you want to do the rest of the 20 or so.
Yes.
Okay.
Is Marta actually still here?
Yeah, she's still there, over studying on her little corner.
Maybe give her an hour or two to calm down.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't feel like now's the best opportunity, like the best time to...
Okay, so you wait around for a little while, keep eyes on her, that type of situation. Bones, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're the only person who leaves. Where are you going? What you doing?
I'm
What's the plan?
I'm going to find the headmaster.
Okay. Where would you like to go to accomplish this task?
Oh, no. I go to find Spite.
Okay. Where would you like to go to accomplish this task?
I'm gonna walk around aimlessly.
Pick a direction.
Hold on. I last saw him go...
He disappeared in the middle of nowhere. He could be literally anywhere.
No, he walked down a path. I want to say right here-ish. He said he was going to study hall, right? Alright, I want to go all the way around, back up through the kitchen. I'll just start moving myself. I hit a door.
Stop moving yourself and roll for me a d12.
/ roll 1d12. A 10.
A 10, he says. A 10. I gave it a 10.
Man.
All right, we got. Roll again.
Okay. 4.
Okay. I'm gonna teleport you.
Teleport me!
So you're going up through the kitchens and then down and around again?
Yeah, I'm trying to get here.
Alright, let me zoom out so you can ping again. Where are you pinging?
The study hall.
Gotcha.
That's where he said he was going. I think. That's whatever. That's what I remember him saying he was going to. So that's where I'm going.
Make it.
Okay.
And as you pass through the doors, you find coming into the chamber across from you a purple, moist-skinned individual.
A purple, moist skin. Oh, Cephalos. Oh, okay.
And he immediately clocks you, right, across the chamber. And he stands there, and you see, because of your unnaturally high perception, right?
I am unnaturally high all the time.
He's breathing a little heavy. And he's kind of, his shoulders are, he's kind of stooped a little bit. And you see, like, part of his cloak, right? The right shoulder and part of the actual cloak itself. It looks a little burned away, right? And you can see, like, a little bit of the purplish flesh exposed beneath.
Alright, I go on high alert. And I take a few steps forward with Mossy. Say, what's happening?
Roll for me a general charisma check.
Okay.
Your DC is going to be 10.
Okay. Which one of these buttons? There it is. I rolled a 16.
Okay. As you kind of like take a sudden move towards him, he does flinch back initially, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
He catches himself relatively quickly, and he doesn't react on it. Right? Like he doesn't take your movement as like a hostile movement. And then when you ask him, what did you ask specifically?
What's happening? What's going on?
You see that kind of like heavy breathing stops, and he straightens, and he speaks into your mind. He says, "What are you talking about? Nothing's happening."
You're low on fire.
Kind of like looks over at the shoulder. Says, "A minor inconvenience. Nothing to concern yourself with."
Okay. It doesn't involve like a certain bald asshole, does it? Just a question.
Racing.
I know what I said, and I said what I meant.
That was a pretty good phrasing. That was a pretty good phrasing. He says again, telepathically, right? He kind of like holds for a moment, and he kind of like he's judging, right? Like your words, like he's weighing what you're talking about. And you have insight trained. Roll me an insight check.
Okay. Ba 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 da ba. A 16.
Yeah, your bald asshole comment does not trigger an immediate response in his eyes, right? About his demeanor. So it doesn't seem as if this involves Nihilus Jowd, right? But now he's kind of like doing the same thing to you as you're doing to him. He's kind of like looking at you intently and kind of like trying to weigh, right? Like, why were you asking about Nihilus, right? Like it's you are a little bit more capable of developing those kinds of like thought processes. Like you are more of a sleuth than he is. So you catch him trying to catch you out, right? And he says, "No, the minor disagreements. Nothing to be concerned about."
Okay.
He seems extremely untrusting of.
Well, all right, fair enough. You know, you do you, my dude. Sorry. All right, well, yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, I kind of look down the hallway. Huh.
He kind of like sees you looking down the hallway, and he brushes his shoulder off, and he steps kind of like out of the way, not stepping towards you. Like his body language shows that he wants to go the direction that you came from, right? But he's not walking past you. He's stepping out of the way so that you guys don't have to really cross paths.
I say, all right, well, you know, I'm always looking for more friends. And then I tell Mossy and Taryn, I say, go ahead and go down. And then I turn invisible.
Okay. So your statement was for Mossy to just head that direction, or to go underneath the ground?
No, to be underneath my feet from now on.
Gotcha. Okay, Mossy goes down, and you go invisible. As soon as you go invisible, you see there is a reaction in Cephalosk's face, though he masks it relatively quickly. And he immediately begins to cast a spell.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm just gonna head towards the door, just,
Okay.
at
So
a normal, non-aggressive pace.
You see him kind of gesture and incant very briefly, and then as you're moving, his eyes follow you, as if he. Actually, roll me a perception check.
Yeah, so I definitely would have been watching him to see what he was gonna do, like he was gonna dispel me or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm rolling my perception check. 20.
So it's not
The
that his
lowest I can
eyes
roll.
are following you, it's that his head's following you. He can't see
Okay.
you, but he knows where you
He
are.
just knows where I am, yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, I'm not gonna gesture at him then.
Okay. Gotcha.
I think at him though. See you later.
Okay.
I don't know if he hears or whatever.
Whether he does or does not, he does not respond to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
He did hear my last comment though, right? I'm always looking for friends.
yeah, he did hear it, and I'll say actually roll me a persuasion check in that moment. Let's see if you were able to like leave a good impression or not.
A natural one.
Well,
about
Yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh,
He has literally zero interest in you as a person.
I'm just trying to make friends, and nobody likes me here, and I don't like it. Fucked up.
Oh, fuck.
When we get back to the room, I'll be like, hey, so, like, you want to start going to school with me?
Christ. Ay. Oh,
I'm just saying, if someone wanted to influence Bones to take up a wizard multi-class, they gotta be nice.
okay. You are able to, at that point, continue on your way to the study. So I am going to just move you and Mossy in that general direction. While this is happening, right, Bones goes gallivanting off on his own. I mean, this is only gonna be like 5 minutes passing. So Ezra's hard at work studying. Ashes is just kind of hanging out. Matashtai is also just kind of hanging out. What's the kind of like trigger period, right, that any of you are looking for potential next activities?
When Ezra lets me leave.
What do you?
like he's just got a
are you
shock collar to you there.
I'm currently chained and
like
prisoner.
what the fuck? Chained
Lord,
prisoner.
I agreed to go with him to the library. I am trapped here until he is done at the library.
You know, at that point, I'd leave you a chained prisoner. Fuck you.
Are you talking to everyone or everyone but me?
I'm talking to everyone but you. We're about to get back to you as you're at the study hall, but I want to see I want to see what everyone else's like trigger moments are to see when we need to cut back to people, right?
Understood.
Because Ezra now,
my plan was to just give Ezra a secondary person to be at the library with, so he doesn't get like assassinated while he's reading.
Gotcha.
I'm real concerned, so
That's why I'm here. That's what I'm doing.
That's valid. In fairness, we've already seen that the students are willing to take each other out, so that's fair.
Pay to have two of them literally executed.
Ezra you are currently in that scenario of you've gone through about a half an hour or so of the first 5 hours of the rest of this day, basically, right? So you are free to take breaks. Obviously, it doesn't have to be like 5 hours straight or anything like that. So if there is something that you're potentially interested in doing else, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna assume that you're figuring out information, and I'll drop tidbits here or there as you go.
I've got a full course meal right here. What are you talking about?
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sounds good.
Decided to update my I'm walking around looking for any relationship I can leverage to try and accomplish my goal.
What is your goal?
To get Marta a private lesson with the headmaster.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Remind me again, why do you want to do that?
So he's tied up with her and we can heist.
Right. That's what it was. Okay.
Also, so I can gain favor.
Yeah, he's just trying to get people to like him, yo. That's all
Yeah.
it is. He's trying to get people to like him without killing people.
Well, I'm about to kill Nihilus here in a minute next time he talks to me wrong.
Shit.
Stabs him.
Well,
I'm about sick of his little attitude.
You came to a wizard school. You didn't expect there to be a lot of holier-than-thou attitudes?
He's also actively aggressive.
He is actively aggressive. That is very true. Okay, so Matashtai, no particular triggers. Ashes, do you have a particular trigger? Are you waiting for like a cooldown period to see if Marta is talk-toable or whatever?
It's hard to explain, but kind of. Like,
Okay.
Because I feel like no offense, Zach, you're no complaint here, but like
He set her off. He made her mad.
I feel like Bones might have had her like riled up a little bit, and I'm kind of letting that
For sure. Yeah.
let that kind of dissipate a little bit to where she's more amicable to conversation.
Sure, okay. Roll me an insight check.
Insight check. 16.
As you're thinking about that, I kind of see you mulling.
Looking at reading the spines of books on a shelf just over here.
Okay, I would like to insight Ashes to see if I pick up on his internal turmoil.
Okay. Roll me an insight check.
Okay. Bam.
Ashes, roll me a deception or performance check.
Jeez. What am I worse at? Deception, -1. Performance.
Constitution saving
-1.
throws is what you're worst at.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, with that, I would like to try to do this stealthily because why the fuck not? I walk up and I kind of pat Ashes on the back, and in doing so, I would like to apply the Talisman of the Silver Tongue to his back, and I would like to say, buddy, just go talk to her.
Okay.
Right. All right.
All right. Talisman of the Silver Tongue does.
Hold on, I got to double check. It's a +5 to conversational skills.
Okay.
But I'm double checking to confirm that I don't have that memorized.
Conversational skills. That's
So
what?
deception,
It makes sure you talk good.
persuasion,
Oh,
makes you talk good.
Makes you talk good.
okay.
Okay.
Then
Yep.
yeah, I'll
+5 to any conversations-based skill check.
Okay. Ashes, you get a little bit of a pat on the back, and you head on over. As you plant your feet in front of Marta Moonshadow, she does not look up from the tome that she is studying and taking notes from, and you just hear her in this grating voice go, "What?"
Hey, listen, I heard you a moment ago mention the Queen in Obsidia. I was wondering if maybe we could have a short conversation about that.
Roll me a persuasion check. Unless you are trying to be intimidating.
No, absolutely not.
Unless it was like, we need to have a conversation
No.
about that, you know,
God
right?
damn it.
Like a 4
That's,
plus
what,
5.
plus 5, 9.
9.
Now this is gonna go great.
She does not look up at you. She responds, kind of like popping off. She says, "You and your friends seem to insist on having inane conversations that no one else wants. Why should I waste my time on you?" And she keeps writing.
Well, like really cool.
I was given a prophecy by Colt in the previous floor. I know that you said you traveled through there, but I don't know if you spoke with the denizens there. Culp is the elderly, kind of leaderish.
I don't
guy.
care about your associations.
Dick.
Okay, basically, he licked a toad, got high, and gave all of us prophecies. And mine talked about finding what was lost in the presence of the Queen in Obsidia.
Emo.
And a particular part mentioned finding somebody by the name of Caresta. I was curious if either of these things kind of like ring a bell, because if there is some kind of prophecy for me to follow, then maybe it was fated that, you know, we have this conversation. I don't know. I'm an adventurer. I'm trying to just like look out, you know, look through these threads, follow them to the end. I was hoping maybe you could provide me with some information.
Now, for clarity, that information that you just delivered unto her is incorrect.
Yep, it is.
Okay. Are you aware of which parts are incorrect? Are you
yes. Well,
fucking with her?
maybe not. So from what I understand,
Okay.
the lie in there was the part about it involving Caresta. I put that in there.
Okay. You are also mistaken that your prophecy did not contain the Queen in Obsidia at all. That was Matashtai's prophecy that contained the Queen in Obsidia.
You know what? You know what?
Real quick.
So for refresher.
Yeah.
Matashtai's prophecy was not so silent companion, watcher, seeker, the one who lived and yet does not grow, the one who seeks but why? Obligation, instinct, boredom. Even with a second heart, you are not yet whole. But that can change. Purpose can change. You will find what was lost in the presence of the Queen in Obsidia.
Okay.
I get a copy pasta.
I will
forgot to write that down.
Copy pasta. That
already
is
Like, as
that
soon
is
as
now in
Jay
the
started
chat.
talking about prophecies, I was like, fuck, that did happen.
Jay.
I have no idea what mine was.
Ashes was the Lady of
Mage
Lost.
dances in the shadows of the Center Street, Papa Cannon. Yeah, I got it.
No,
It's just
that is a different prophecy, my dude. Your prophecy from
Prophecies
Culp.
you got going, bro.
Your
God
prophecy
damn.
from Culp was the Lady of Lost cloaks her followers in shadow, but a greater shadow still hangs over them. What will be when those of the Order fall under not one, but two shadows? Umbraxakar weeps, and in deepest dusk, a new Prince of Shade is born. How he howls in condemnation of the moonlight.
okay. So yes, I absolutely fucked that up.
Okay.
But even with that, I think I'm going to ride this out.
Yeah, she
and
didn't know
see how
that.
it goes.
Yeah.
Do what?
She didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So-
that's what I'm saying. I'm going to ride that out anyways. And if I maybe we'll see.
So I apologize
No, you don't have to.
no,
You
no.
don't have to apologize for me fucking up.
Give me a brief. No, I apologize because I need you to. Because I got distracted. So now I need you to give me a brief synopsis of what exactly you asked her. Because I remember the part of what you were telling her, but what did you ask of her?
I was asking her if she knew anything about. Basically, I'm fishing for Caresta.
Okay.
That's
Roll me an
because
insight check as you are speaking to her.
okay. Insight check. Roll. Cool. Let's keep those single-digit die rolls going.
I'm
Hey,
trying
you
to
know, better now than when we gotta have it.
I'm
you know?
trying to No, I don't think Silver Tongue applies in this case.
Insight, I do not think is a speaking skill.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's a part of the conversation, right? And reading someone and being able to, reading body language is an important conversational skill. So I was like, maybe, but I think this is a little too detailed for it to, I can see situations where sometimes it might work and sometimes it might not.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm perfectly fine. I'm not trying to ruin your stuff, but it is just like a one skill thing.
Oh, it's just one time?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like you get it on everything for a while.
I think
That'd be
that's
pretty strong.
I think that's the idea for the upgrade is like eventually it goes to rather than
Right.
one, it's like a couple uses or it's like a
it was initially meant to be like we're in a conversation and someone tries to say something. I
this
just
is the
kind of
moment.
slip it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. As you say, you give the spiel to Marta Moonshadow. She does not seem to respond at all to the whole. She didn't care, right? She didn't even look up at you talking about your prophecy or blah, 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 whatever. Didn't care about that. But as soon as you say the Queen in Obsidia, she stops writing and she looks up. And she's paying attention to you at that point. But as you continue, right, and you talk about Caresta and all the rest of it, you see that attention begin to waver. And you realize, she's only responding. She only cares about that Queen in Obsidia part. And as you're kind of, finishing your question, she kind of, realizing that you're not asking about the thing that she's interested in, right? She just kind of shrugs and just says, I don't really know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, I don't have more information to be of use to you. And then she looks back down at her book and starts writing again.
Appreciate your time.
You're not gonna... Okay.
If she doesn't know, she doesn't know.
Fair enough.
Or if she does know and she's unwilling, then she's unwilling.
Well, so for clarity, you hit something with the Queen and Obsidia thing, just not the rest of it.
Well, I'll go back and... So, hey, Matt, I might have used your prophecy from the Slither Swamp as, a bargaining chip to try to get information and it didn't pan out. But
where you can finish, Matt's like a golden retriever's like, so how'd it go?
I had about as much luck as Bones did.
Please tell me he gets all excited and googly-eyed and is still under a silence spell.
He's good now. It only lasts for a little while, and you gotta be consistent, or else the library is not that harsh.
But
Well,
yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Yep.
Should I go talk to her for you guys?
I think that if somebody else speaks with her within the next hour, she's probably gonna go supernova.
I'll go talk to her in 2 hours.
Okay, that's Matashai's next trigger. Gotcha. Sounds good.
You're still gonna be there.
Yep. Okay, so as that all is happening, Bones, you arrive invisibly You can feel the slight vibrations in the ground underneath your feet. You arrive invisibly at the study hall. And you're able to throw open the doors and step within. And you see there is... Roll me a 1d12.
Damn, I see there's a big 1d12, and I roll it. It's a 6. A 9. It's a 9.
It's a 6. It's a 9. There is a person in here. It's not the person you were looking for.
Who is it?
It is, in fact, the individual that kind of like brought you into... What the fuck is going on with my thing? Gave you the initial tour, or the secondary tour. It is the Drow mage, Elan Freth. Is sitting at one of the tables, and he does not look up as the door opens, right? Because he doesn't hear it, because the whole chamber is silent. But a couple of like heartbeats afterwards, you do see like a recognition, like a flutter of his eye, where he sees you out of his peripheral vision, but he doesn't move. Like he doesn't give away that he knows you're there. And again, your freakishly high passive perception, you see he has one hand up on the desk that he's sitting at, like flipping pages of this book. You see his other hand, which had just been kind of like in his robe, you see it kind of like pull out and very slightly lay in his lap with its fingers pointed towards you.
Damn, like he's getting ready to zap me?
Just in case.
Damn.
He's in that kind of like, I recognize there's a potential threat here, and I'm at the ready.
Alright, well, I walk over to him.
You made him take his hand out of his robe.
Okay.
I don't get too close. Are there like desks and shit?
Yeah, there are desks all throughout this whole location.
I take a look around. Look like, is there anybody else sitting at a desk?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. It's a 20. The lowest I can roll.
It doesn't seem like it. There's no like telltale like signs. Like all of the chairs are fully pushed in. There's no, like heavy sag of anything like that. It seems as
I'm
if
on high
Elon is
alert
the
for
only person
invisible assholes.
Yeah.
All right, I say, hey, Elon, it's me, Bones.
No sound comes out of your mouth
Damn it!
because you're in the study hall. Yeah, and
Invisible,
you can't even hear your own heartbeat in here.
All right, he walked away.
I'm here. Keep going. I'm
Oh,
listening.
all right, hold on. Oh, I got parchment. I take out one of the parchments I got from the thing.
Oh, okay, okay.
I write on it. Hey, Elon, it's me, Bones. And I put it down on his thing.
He as the parchment leaves your hand and appears, right? Because it was under the effect of your invisibility spell. Roll me an insight.
Okay. Oh, that's my bag of holding. That doesn't need to be insightful. A 20.
Be more. I don't think it matters. Okay, so you put the parchment down next to him, and he does this little, like, as it appears, he does this little like, oh, and jerks, right? Like he goes, huh, like feigns surprise, right? And then looks around, but as his eyes pass over you, you know he can see you, right? And then he looks down at the parchment and he takes the quill and he writes, "Oh, bones, how mysterious."
All right, I reach down. I leave it on this paper. I reach down. I write on it. Yes, I am very mysterious.
Is there anything I can do for you? Question mark.
Yes. Do you have any favors with the headmaster? Question mark.
He does the face that I just did, right? He does this kind of like, and he looks at you like he stops feigning ignorance and he just looks at you and he's like,
We don't know
and
each other
he
that
kind
well,
of he
bro.
kind of mouths at you. He just says he mouths the word "really" at you.
I say,
You see him stand up, right? And he walks over to the door, and pulls it open.
we're taking this to the real. All right. I take my paper and I head out.
Am I losing my mind here? Does this not
Maybe.
exist? Oh, it does exist. It's on the wrong... Oh, my bad. How did this get on the non... whatchamacallit layer?
You're
What?
welcome.
I don't even know how that happens. There's not a button to, like, move it from... What? Whatever. I'll fix
Called
that
magic.
later. Yeah, he walks over to the door, he pushes it open, and he kind of, like, waves you over. And he just kind of, like, steps outside it. He doesn't go, like, super far. But as you kind of, like, follow over, and then stand outside of the room, he gives you kind of, like, he motions for you to wait a moment. And then he goes and he, quietly kind of like sneaks up to the edge of the hallway and like looks around, and he gives you a thumbs up and he walks back over to you and he says, "So you've known me for all of what, like 4 hours, and you're already asking for favors?"
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you. I like
Also,
your clan.
why are you wandering around invisible?
I'm not wondering. I'm walking with purpose.
My apologies. Why are you walking with purpose invisibly? Not that it's a bad idea, just curious.
Well, Cephalos was on fire, and I didn't want to also be on fire.
Cephalos was on fire. Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
pretty close to here, actually.
Well, I was in study hall, so I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, I wonder what happened.
I don't know. He didn't want to talk about it.
That doesn't seem odd for him, truth be told. He's a bit cagey,
Anyway, yeah.
even in the best of moments.
Yeah, I gathered that. Anyway, yeah. So I've known you about 5 minutes, but I trust you.
Okay.
I'll just be honest. I've had a lot of good experiences with Balrin, and it makes me want to trust you.
Oh, right. Balrin. Fair enough. Okay.
Oh, you know Balrin?
Oh, sorry. I forgot. You guys had that conversation with, Derzana, not Elon, right?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So that's my bad. Strike that from the record. If that's the case, roll me an insight check. As we get to do some rollies here.
Hold on. It's doesn't want to let me interact with the page. That's pretty fun. Can I do it? Nope, still can't interact with it. Okay. Can I interact with this one? Yes. I can't interact. Okay, hold on. Oh, I can interact with it now. Okay.
Yay!
What am I doing? Insight?
Insight, yeah.
Insight! I clicked it. Hold on. I rolled a 22.
He rolled a 10. So he tries to mask recognition of the name. But he fails miserably. And there's a moment where he kind of like holds the feigned ignorance, and then he realizes that he's failed miserably, right?
How does he realize that he's failed miserably? I'm invisible.
Huh? He can see you.
Oh, he can see me.
Yeah, he's looking right at you. He seems to be able to see you without any issue.
Well, that's fine. I'm staying invisible just in case.
Yeah. And he kind of like, you see him go, all right, so that's a name that I recognize. How do you know Balrin?
Oh, we're good friends. We're good friends. Yeah.
What do you mean, good friends? Balrin is
friends.
working in.
Was working in, and I wink at him. Capacity. Doing secret things. I'm waiting to see if he is willing to acknowledge.
Is no longer.
All right, cards on the table. I kind of killed the guy he was spying on, or we kind of killed the person he was spying on. So. Look,
I'm starting to think that that's a frequent scenario with you.
Well, I mean, just for full transparency, she hired us for a job and then didn't want to pay, so I'm out of business and
Out of business.
All right, good to know. If I hire you for anything, make sure I pay. Gotcha. Understood.
That's right. I cut up her bed real good.
Is that a metaphor that I'm missing?
It was not.
That's strange.
Well, it is what it is.
All right, I lost track of the point of the conversation. Sorry.
Anyway, yeah. I need a favor from the headmaster. Do you have any that I can lend out?
You know, after hearing what has happened to your prior employers, I'm not 100% sure about working together.
Most of them end pretty well. Oh, do you have a job? I can do a job.
Well, I don't. I mean, I assumed tit for tat type scenario. You know, like.
Yeah, for sure. What do you got?
You see him actually kind of like look stumped for a moment, right? Like he doesn't have anything. So the first person in the whole level that doesn't have some ulterior motive that's just like, I need you to do this thing. Like, he actually looks like fuck. What?
Elon, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says,
You want like an IOU?
an IOU. I guess. No, I think I know what I want.
All right, hit me with it.
Look, I'm happy here. I don't want to make waves.
Huh?
I especially don't want to make waves where my family's involved.
Sure, yeah.
People. Look, the conflict between the houses. I grew up hearing stories from back home, right? Like, this shit's never ending. It doesn't matter. And I don't care about it. I don't want to be involved in it. I've got a cushy thing here. I'm happy here.
Mm-hmm.
so I would like to just be left alone. In regards to all that other shit, you all seem like fun fellows, so I mean, I don't want you to just like leave me alone. We can hang out. That sounds fun, right? But like, don't involve me in the stuff, because I feel like you're gonna get involved. Literally everything.
Oh, I'm already involved, but yeah, I can not involve you.
Does that count as a thing, or can I have an actual thing? That feels like a non-thing.
I mean, that's like just like a buddy thing. Like, I'm cool with that. Like, what, you have like you have a task? You have something? What do you got?
Yeah. There's in the transmutation classroom, there's
Lord, which one is that?
there's a statue.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure it's a prank. And by prank, I mean I'm pretty sure it's intended to get someone killed.
Mm-hmm.
They've actually not been holding transmutation classes for quite some time. Like, the class isn't canceled, right? They just haven't been doing them. But that statue, no one's messing with it. Something's up with it. And then there's the broken eggs, or petrified eggs, or whatever they are, in the cage. I don't like things that... Like I said, I've got a good thing going here. I want this place to stay relatively normal. You already dealt with the devil, so conjuration class is back on. We get transmutation class back up and running, and then things are back to a semblance of normality. We can all go back to our lives with all the other students trying to outmaneuver each other and kill each other, and I can just not worry about any of that.
Okay. So there's a weird statue in transmutation class. Or no, you just want me to get it back going again.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that the two are involved, but technically I don't particularly care how you go about doing it. I mean, I'd warn you that I assume it's dangerous. Everything in this place is.
Oh, yeah, you know, that's fine. I got shot in the back by a Medusa. It'll be okay.
The Medusa's a gentle reminder of how things work on this floor. And you see his jaw lock, and he kind of like grinds his, he says, never mind, can't, nope. Sorry.
Okay, so you think if I can get transmutation class back on, you can get me what I want from the headmaster? Without even knowing what it is.
I mean, you just want a favor from the headmaster, right?
I want a private lesson.
I mean, I can get you a private lesson with the headmaster.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay. Sure.
I hold my invisible cat paw out.
He reaches out and shakes your hand.
Sounds good. I'll look into it.
Okay. Good. I've got to admit, I kind of expected you all to be gone 2 hours ago.
Oh, no, it'll be another 30 to 70.
That's oddly specific.
Oh, I made that up.
Days.
I made that up. I don't know how long Ezra's going to spend in the library.
Ah. Okay, gotcha. Now be careful in your wandering around. Your deliberate adventuring, journeying scenario, not wandering. Whatever it is you said you were doing. Just, right? Dangerous tests, this place.
Right, yes, I remember that. Mostly.
Alright then. I'm gonna go back. You need something?
Hey, is there a passage between illusion class to the library?
Illusion class to the...
You can just say no if I'm not supposed to take that path.
There's a lot of ways to get around this place.
Okay, gotcha. Point taken. All right, well, have fun in your study hall. Hey, guess what? This makes us friends.
He kind of shrugs and he says, "One step closer."
I'll take it.
He walks into the silent study hall. Okay.
All right, I'll walk
You're
off.
muted, Jay? Because you said something with
One
Verklempt.
step closer to the edge, and I said the edge because I'm about to break.
Ah.
I didn't actually say anything. That was
Okay. I saw the intent and I was like, oof.
closer to
I'm-
the edge.
I'm gonna keep on my path and head up to Dissension back around to the library.
Okay, sounds good. All right. That was actually a relatively long conversation.
Yeah.
Like that was a real life 15-minute conversation. I think with the travel time, etc., you're probably pushing on 30 minutes since having met back up with Ezrah and Matashtai in the library, but that's still kind of due to the nature of what the rest of the gang is doing, that's still kind of in that vein of not doing. So, Bones, as you were traveling, roll me another d12.
Flash roll. 1d12. 11.
Okay. You are... How long does your invisibility last?
An hour.
Yeah, you're good. You are... As you are coming... As you're making your way through the evocation class, right? Kind of come down from the... What the fuck?
What?
As you come down from it moved my camera really weird. As you come down from the portrait room, right? And into the evocation class area, you hear that kind of clank, 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 clank. And you see coming around the corner the trio of the construct, that shield guardian,
Yeah.
the Grell, and the individual Skriana Shadow Dusk.
Mhm.
And they seem to be going in the same direction as you. What do you want to do?
Oh, neat. I just kind of want to hang back and just chill, just kind of follow him at a distance.
Okay. The Shield Guardian does not really wait or anything like that. Just continues damping along as Skriana kind of like comes in view of you. You see her kind of like stop, and she kind of like scratches.
I don't want to look like I'm stalking. I just want to look like I'm walking slowly.
Sure. Well, you're also invisible, right?
Yeah.
So she just like stops and she kind of like scratches her neck, right? And she kind of like looks around, but she does it in erratic, jerky motions, right?
Like an addict.
Kind of. And then she kind of like she sweeps her gaze across where you are at. Roll me a... I feel we're doing a lot of insight tonight. We're dealing with a lot of people. Roll me an insight check.
Some of us are dealing with books.
Yeah, that's true. You are dealing with books. But you've already rolled for your books. You got good bookage already. You feel as her gaze kind of like sweeps across you. There's a brief moment. She cannot see you. Right?
Yeah.
But it does feel as if she senses your presence, perhaps, maybe, but like she doesn't know you're there. Like you don't get any recognition or anything like that. But you are also afforded a brief moment to look directly in her eyes.
Okay. What do I see?
Fuck. This is where keeping notes is very important. Gotta go check my notes in a momento.
I can imagine how you as a DM keep notes. Like is it just like, if you don't mind me, like, you know,
just don't
prodding you while you're
don't.
actually looking for something? It's like, is it like one massive document that you like Control F?
Oh no. Oh no.
No.
It's like it's a Google Doc with like 50 folders and several dozen folders in each of those 50 folders and layers and layers.
Awful. It's it would be impossible. I don't know how you would manage to, like, do you have like a Dewey Decimal System that you could reference?
No.
Yes, definitely that exists.
I have actually spent a little time on like World Anvil, and I've considered like porting my stuff over to that because it is more conducive to like linking things together and things like that. But it would also be a lot of like front-loaded work. I think if I ever do another long-running campaign, I will probably start it in that and go from there. Bones, I actually don't think you have a lot of familiarity with this. So when you do see her, you meet her eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
This creature, and I do think creature is probably the correct word, that stands before you, barely even seems to be sentient.
Weird.
She seems so completely deranged, unhinged, unconnected to the world around her, as to be completely lost in her own world. The moment where you feel as if she maybe senses your presence, you're not sure if she actually sensed you, or if she's just seeing things that no one else can see, sensing things that no one else can sense. That is what a 22 gets you in this encounter. And then almost kind of like as quickly as it happened, right? Like as quickly as it began, she kind of snaps her attention back towards that shield guardian and follows on, and the little butler-dressed Grell kind of floats behind her, and they head towards the kitchen. And if you follow them, they eventually head towards the dining room, the lunch hall.
Exactly where I'm trying to go.
Exactly where you're trying to go. Yes.
Solid.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I do.
And they arrive there, and the shield guardian goes and posts up at the side of the room, and Skriana goes and sits at one of the tables, and the Grell just kind of like floats to her side, attending her. And she kind of like taps the table in kind of like this offhand, kind of like rhythmic, kind of like series of beats. And then she says, the slime slips and with the runny juices. Yeah. And then you feel a presence kind of whoosh past you.
Huh. Just gonna leave that one.
Okay. Gotcha. You are at that point able to freely make your way back to the library. I'll attempt to unbar your way, because you are barred. I forgot.
I am barred as hell.
I'm unbarring you, Bara. Unabara. I'm just gonna leave unbarred unless we need barred for reasons. Okay. There you go. So, about 30 or 45 minutes after Bones leaves, he returns, and you find your allies, Ezrah continuing to study, kind of making notes, jotting down reference points, basically, just gathering the information to gather more information, right? Because Ezrah, as you're going through a lot of these booklets, you find like you just get...
I'm building an outline.
You get...
Come
exactly.
on.
You get bare mentions of things, but those mentions hint at more things that you can look into further down the line. Yeah, so...
Yep.
Exactly. Matashtai and Ashes are just trying to not be intrusive, and you can see they're getting a little like... It's kind of like a little stir crazy.
I really don't know what to do with myself right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. So Bones, you show up,
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
and that's what's going on. So what happens here?
Hey guys, I'm back. I de-invisible in the hallway on the way in.
Okay. You pop on up.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Yeah, I see
so-
nothing has changed.
Well, I mean, I tried talking to Marta. It didn't go well. She's not
Yeah,
very...
well.
She's
You see
very...
a couple of books have shifted. Come on.
That's true.
You are highly perceptive. You see things have changed. Come on.
Sure.
Yeah, I quietly say, yeah, she's a lot more mad than last time we saw her. I don't know about what.
Yeah, maybe it was my fault. I should have maybe tried talking to her when she wasn't in the middle of studying.
No,
so...
I'm talking about since not here, since...
You mean since the Sargoth layer?
Yeah, she's like real mad about stuff.
Okay, out of character, real quick. Remind me again, where did we save her?
We saved her from Terissa's prison, and then she helped us in the fight with Terissa, and then we escorted her up to the top, and we went back.
So, like
up
when
top.
we arrived from the river and infiltrated the prison from the bottom up.
No, this was with the Legion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, she was in one of the cells, and then she helped
And
us in the fight, and then she came back up top when we left.
Okay. God.
But she wasn't real mad like this. She wasn't openly hostile.
It is a personality 180.
Yeah. Anyway, it's real weird.
You guys want to break into her room, see what's going on in there?
I tried that. You can't do that. It didn't work. Not her room specifically, but another room. I say I'm staying quiet, but just in case she can hear me, I want to make it clear I did not try and break into her room.
Gotcha. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, it doesn't work. At least not magically.
Okay. Well, and then I shift the conversation to telepathically. Specifically with Bones, I kind of like I feel like we at this point we have a signal that I'm mind talking with someone.
Yeah, he does a T-pose.
Yeah, I T-pose real quick just to let everyone know what I'm doing. And so
Perfect.
I start talking to Bones telepathically, and I say like, I mean, she's definitely the one that summoned the demon that we fought over in the conjuration area.
What? Summoned?
Yeah,
She wasn't there.
like,
Wouldn't the demon have killed her?
she changed the runes that the dude was using when he summoned. Like the writing, the conjuration runes matched perfectly.
Okay, but correct me if I'm wrong here, but wasn't he also changing the runes at the same, like, maybe it was like a combination of things?
So you think he summoned the demon to kill himself?
I think he was trying to summon something, and then a demon popped out.
Very creative way to suicide.
But if that's
How could she have possibly known what he was trying to summon?
or she was trying to change what he was summoning.
Okay, so she would have had to know that he was going to practice something specific?
Well, he's doing it as part of the class.
Well, we don't know that.
Don't we?
I don't know. Do we know that? Time out. Do we know that? Does anyone remember? I thought he was just going down there to practice.
From your experiences so far, classes here don't really act like classes as you would expect them. You experienced one class where Turbulence was in class on her own against Marambra Nightsteel, right? So it classes might not be classes in the way that you think of them.
Hey, let's try and find out if she knew what he was going down there to practice. Because if she did, then I think she definitely could have changed that circle to, make it summon that demon.
I feel if we ask her a single question about conjuration class, she's gonna be on to us.
No, I got an idea about that. She was asking one of the sisters about help. Maybe she knows.
Help with what?
Something conjuration related. I don't know beyond that.
You remember which sister?
No. No, I do not.
All right.
Look, I got reason to meet with them anyway. I think they'll be amenable to talking.
Maybe while we're at it, maybe we try and get some more information about the dude that was killed. Like, did she kill him for a good reason? Or did she kill him just to make herself higher up on the pecking order?
Or did she kill him to get that demon in there because that demon was trying to kill us? Those are all questions we got to answer.
Yeah. I really feel like you're mocking me right now. Like, I feel like you're just...
I'm eating a cherry sour, and also, me, Bones' player, is pretty southern.
Right.
Yeah, who's doing the mocking here, Mitch? the actual southern people or the person playing as a southern character?
You guys don't get to complain. None of you have southern accents.
Many of us suppress our southern accents. Thank you very much.
It is a fight. It is a
I'm just saying, I talk to many of you almost on a daily basis, and you somehow suppress it constantly.
No,
I'm just saying, at that point, which one's the real one?
It's because
I slip into it.
That's the thing. We slip into it when we're like, hear me around my family. If I'm around my dad, I'm talking like this the whole time, right? Because I'm around my dad and he's talking like that, right?
Hey, Daddy.
So it's when we're around it, we get drawn into it. When we're around you, we're talking on our normal speech, right? Because we're around you and we're not. But now that you're doing Southern Matashtai, you're pulling it out of us.
Anyway, so
So you're saying he's doing a good job?
I got reason
I
to meet
wouldn't
with
complain.
him anyway. Hey, also, side note, I got us a job. Well,
Got us
a
a
second
job.
and/or third job.
Yeah.
What sort of
yeah,
job?
Wait, I only know of the
I
one
get
job.
nervous when you find us jobs, Bones. What job?
I hear tell there's something funky going on in transmutation class, and we ought to check it out.
All right, I'm gonna need some more details.
That's all the details I have.
Are we
Well, I
even
have-
enrolled? I don't know how class works.
I have a few more. Well, oh no,
Like a
technically class.
tuition?
Technically, okay. Well, I lied. I had more details than I thought. Technically, class isn't going on right now, and I got it on good authority. There's something weird with the statue. Something nefarious.
Dun dun dun!
All right, I'll bite. We can check out this statue.
Hell yeah. I guess whenever he's done reading.
Jeremy,
What-
that is
what-
for your fingers, not your mouth.
When's he gonna be done reading?
It's so gross.
He's gonna be done reading in like 4 hours. But I will say this, Ezra. It's been about an hour since you really started to delve into the information that the archivist has been able to present to you. And while you know you have many hours left ahead of you to finish what you have started, you have stumbled upon, that's not the correct. You have garnered and taken notes of many interesting things and come to some conclusion. The most interesting of which that you feel like you can firmly state at this point is the following. And that is, what the fuck the Hosnarketa project even was. Through your research, your compilation of notes, your creation of an outline, you can't help but determine at least the basis of what it is that you're looking into here. The Hosnarketa is an artifact designed to tap into the raw power of the plane of elemental air.
Oh damn, that's sick.
Aside from the obvious powers of lightning and thunder that it provides, its true purpose seems to be as a conduit of energy, turning the eternal storm of the plane of elemental air into raw power for the wielder. In theory, the eternal storm would continuously power the Hosnarketa, causing it to grow in strength unless its power was used. This could mean access to a continuous, sizable power source, or the opportunity to store up a huge amount of power for something specific.
Nuclear warfare.
I was gonna say, is the Hosnarketa a nuke? Oh god, it's the Staff of Power all over again.
That is a mere taste of what you are beginning to research at this moment.
Fun fact, I will not use it to pigeonhole my allies into activity.
You say
I
that
will
now.
break this.
Just wait
I
till
will
we
break
piss
this.
You just wait till we piss you off.
I don't know about that.
That doesn't seem like something I would do, because I'm regularly pissed off at you, and that still isn't something I do.
My
so-
secret is I'm always
secret-
mad.
My secret is I'm always pissed off at you, Mitchell.
Hurtful. I feel like I deserve that.
Also, fuck off. That game was super fucked up in general.
Oh.
Not wrong.
So,
You're not wrong, but that did not help it.
so
I'm willing to admit it was fucked up. It was one of my first times playing the damn game, and I got a little taste of like
Zach just outed himself.
I got a little taste of a little too much power, and it went a little wrong. I'll just be honest, it went a little wrong.
We were all young to the game. So, Ezra, that is kind of like your initial synopsis of like what you're able to do, and you realize there are tentative threads that you're going to be able to pull to probably obtain a lot more information throughout the course of this study. But it is there about an hour into this that I believe we are probably going to go ahead and take our break. When we come back, we will see whether or not we continue this research, whether or not we take a break to go do something else. A little column A, a little column B, see how things go. We'll see you all in just a few for more Dungeons & Mad Mage. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.